right, welcome back to the Knives Fast channel, guys. This is a look at two new Qvist designs that you'll want to see. That's right, Jacob Lundquist designs, and these are both prototypes. So these are going to be quick first impressions slash overviews of these knives. Let's get all this out of here and show you what we've got. Now, we don't have full specs. We don't have details of when these will be coming out, so it's just a look at some cool knives that'll be coming soon. Now, this one is the CJRB version. That's what I'm being told the name of the knife is, and that is super cool. So that is this guy. Now, these are going around through the pass around group. There's a couple different versions. I think there's some satin finish ones, and now these this black finish one along with this Damascus that we'll get to in just a moment. Now, this guy, as you can see, looks like it's a PVD black coating. It doesn't look to be stonewashed. It is CJRB. Same thing, you have sort of a bolster look here. I'm pretty sure this is either steel or aluminum. I believe it is steel. And then you have JG10 inlay and a JG10 pivot collar, really cool. You have the very small CJRB loop over clip that is reversible, and your frame comes back in here at the back. There is no lanyard hole, but I'm pretty sure, let's just look real quick. Yeah, you can probably slip a lanyard, barely, a small lanyard right on that post. Now, you do have a singular silver standoff here, and a stop pin here, and there is your plunge lock. This is a plunge lock. So this is a hole deployment knife, very nice, and a front flipper. Now, the whole deployment works very well, and it actually almost feels like this guy has a D10. CJRB does very good with their button locks. You can see I can kind of thumb flick it. It's a little harder to get my thumb in there, so I would recommend middle finger flicking it. As far as front flipping, I can do it. It's just I got to give it a little bit of wrist. And you can see drops pretty well. Now, the interesting thing is at the top, there's this momentary hold. You see there? Watch. Push it. Yeah, and then it goes. It's interesting, but it is on bearings. It is dead centered. When we're locked up, let's see, tiny bit of side to side, but I'm betting you could tighten the pivot. Again, it is tooled on both sides, probably just needs a little tightening, but it's a prototype. What do you want? And no up and down. Very nice there. There's no, well, okay, hold on, one more try here. No, there's no button stick. No button stick at all. And guys, this guy has extremely thin stock that is tapered towards the tip, and I like that. Now, you have kind of a four-finger knife back here, but it is very tight here on my fourth finger. But if you choke up, it's perfect. Now, you end up with a very small blade. Yeah, there we go. Dead spot in the video. Good job, Casey. All right, here we go. We got my ruler. Guys, your cutting edge is right at just over 2 inches. So not a very large cutting edge at all. And overall, it looks like, let's just do this from there. 6 1/4 is your overall. Very small little guy indeed. Now, I like a lot about this. Ergonomically, it feels good, and that clip just disappears because it's so small. It does remind me a bit of the Civivi Odium, the Ferrum Forge design. Does have that kind of vibe, but it is shorter this way. Very much so. How does it cut? Whoops. Would help to not try to cut in the sharpening choil. Again, it is a very small blade. Cuts pretty good. Again, it's a prototype, so I'm not even sure what steel. It's in ARRPM 9. There we go. And it cuts pretty well. Not bad at all. You kind of have a spear point here, which works really well for me, as you guys know. All right, let's stick this one out of the way, and let's bring the Kansept. Now, that's the CJRB. This is a Kansept knife. Now, you've got Kansepts. I believe this is their 10CR Damascus. You have marbled carbon fiber with a titanium bolster here. You have a back mounted loop over clip, very similar to the way the clip on our friend the Fractus mounts here, the Tempest Fractus. Very cool. You do have an axis style lock. Now, what I think is interesting, and I don't get it, guys. Everybody does this. You got a black clip, black hardware, blackish carbon fiber, black bolster here, black hardware, and you have a silver axis bar. You make that black too, guys. That's just me. You do have a back spacer back here. You don't have a lanyard hole. And let's just slow roll this guy open to start. We have a Wharncliffe or sheep's foot shaped blade. You do have a very smooth fuller and a pill-shaped hole and a four-finger grip back here. It kind of tells you where your fingers need to go. Now, I will say you do indeed feel this clip right there, right at the top of that clip. It's not bad. Now, when you choke up, it feels some better, and you do have a nice sharpening choil / finger choil here. No jimping up top, and very cool. There's your Kansept logo and your Jacob Lundquist logo here. Very interesting knife, to say the least. Now, here's where we get into some trouble. Now, you guys know me and axis locks. The springs sometimes don't agree with me. Thumb-wise, I mean, I can do it, but it is very mushy feeling is the word I would use. I have to use some wrist, and it does not just pop open, if you will. Middle finger flick. All right, I'm going to start like this, and no, I cannot do it. But if I give it some wrist, boy, sometimes I can and sometimes I can't. That's my, if Jacob watches this or Kansept watches it, do something to make this open better. I'm not a fan of mini. Now, I will say Jacob's vault design with QSP, the glide lock, is phenomenal. It's great. That thing has some terrific action. This is just not there for me. You see, we defeat that spring pretty easily. It definitely does not act like you see that? It popped open. It does not act like a detent at all. We do have a little bit of room left here at the end, but not very much. You wouldn't have been able to add a whole lot, especially since that back spacer is there. But really cool design. Now, this one will allow you to, again, I'm not going to do this because I don't want to cut against tile here, but you can see we do really nice getting down in there with that tip, and it is a heck of a slicer. This one came sharp, and it is a great slicer. I am impressed with the edge geometry on that one. Very, very much do like that. Now, we'll get both back up here, and we will do our comparisons. So here is the CJRB version and the Kansept Vivid, both designed by Jacob Lundquist. Here is where is our Ontario? There it is. Here's our Ontario Rat 1, and you can see the Rat 1 is considerably bigger, maybe like 3/4 of an inch and 3/4 of an inch on either end, and you can see even more than that on the smaller version here. The Rat 1 is still slightly bigger than both. The Rat 2, excuse me. Let's put that right up against, it might be the same as it's very close to the Kansept Vivid. And let's just do a sandwich here. Since this is a CJRB and everybody knows the CJRBs, whoops, I got to move everything up. This is terrible. Might help to look through the screen every once in a while. All right, so there's that. And then here is our friend, the CJRB Pyrite. You can see the Pyrite is a little bit bigger than this guy, and if we put it up here, it's about the same size as the Vivid. So very cool designs indeed. Got to love it for sure. So that's about all I got on these for sure. Oh wait, I forgot to do when this guy's locked up, there is no blade play, no lock rock, and we did come dead centered. Really cool designs from Jacob. comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching the Knives Fast channel.